Good morning and welcome to day 24 of Girl Wash Your Hands. So, some interesting conversations between my husband and I yesterday. It was kind of, everyone's living their own version of how life is right now, and one of the things I'm really thankful for is that we get to have an opportunity to see what life would be like if certain things in our lives shifted. So he's working from home, and quite effectively, actually. Connor's staying with him and doing his homeschool, and then I come home in the afternoon and help out with anything that's left over. And then Jordan goes to her school, and I come to our manufacturing facility, veterinary pharmaceuticals. And so we're getting a glimpse into being together a lot more. I love that I'm the one that gets to put the babies to bed every single night. I mostly was before, but of course there were things that took me out of the home in the evening that were important to me in the community. And then I realized that when we had this conversation, it ended up being one of those things where I'm giving myself permission to ask why I'm doing anything right now, and is it really serving my greater good? And one of the things I was struggling with before is I thought that I was really participating in things that were for the greater good, of course. Yes, that was definitely happening, but was it fulfilling my long-term vision for myself? And what I realized is that I kind of didn't really have one. I was just floating through the situations and saying yes to so many things that I knew would be fun and adventurous and would help out other people. I am like a super huge pro at taking care of all the others. And so I appreciate that now. Things are absolutely going to look different moving forward. And for all of us, but just the simple fact that I'm going to need to really reevaluate the why behind what I'm doing ever, because there's really not anything more important than making sure that what happens within our four walls is as stable and sturdy and loving and safe as it can possibly be. And I know that it was. I just feel like there was a lot of outside, I was looking still outside at how I could help and contribute and be a part of things that were larger than myself. And so now when that's not really an option to do that, yes, some virtual things are happening, which is really great because I still believe that that connection is possible virtually. And so now I'm simmering between this, like, I think I have a really great idea of something that can really keep people connected in this time. It would depend upon how strict the stay at home, how much longer the stay at home strictness, meaning like don't go anywhere, for most people stays in place. But all in all, that's all I ever really wanted, was just connection with other people. And that's just the human existence, is that we do need connection with each other. And so how are we going to get that right now? And it's fun to see so many people pop up and offer their services the way that they are. And then there's this always probably going to be this part of me that's like, well, I want to do something, to help out and contribute and keep the connection going as well. But I want it to be from my heart and from how I show up in the world, not necessarily how someone else is doing something or tag along next to a brand that I was previously representing, because there's parts of that were not aligned with who I really was. And there were a couple, there's actually 3 different things that I love the vision and the mission. I just wasn't sure that was truly my long-term vision for what I wanted to go out and create. I was contributing to a really great thing bigger than me, yes, but there was still always something missing, that it wasn't 100% mine. And so then I followed this app called The Pattern, which is fascinating if you're not already. Just hop on there. You need to know your exact time that you were born, and your birth date, of course. And then these things that you inherently already know deep down about yourself will come to the surface. They just do a really great job of presenting it in a way that you would have probably never realized before, or you would have thought that's a weakness of mine, when quite frankly, it's probably one of your greatest strengths. You just need to talk to yourself a little different about it. So that's what it's basically said. The thing that could be all mine, and how I haven't felt quite the same about any of the things that I've been a part of since the days that I had created something that was all my vision with my best friend, and nothing's really compared to it since then. So it's just a restart. The connection and the longing to bring people together to help and serve and bring them the best of what we have access to is still 100% there. So there's that. I'm putting this out there for some accountability to myself, because there will obviously be a time that I will rewatch this again. And then 18 months from now, I was talking to a dear friend yesterday, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if 18 months from now we had this report card, and it was going to be a list of all the things that happened to us during this time, and then it was going to be our reactions to all the things that we were experiencing at this time, and how did we show up during that. Maybe not be too hard on ourselves about it, but take some accountability and have some awareness around just how mentally fit were we during this particular time. And yes, there'll be good and bad days. I just think it'd be really cool to see, like, overall, how did I show up during this? How well did I redirect out of a fear-based state into a love-based state? And then a list of, like, all the lessons that I've learned and new awarenesses that I wouldn't have had access to during the time of my life when I was just so full and running, chasing, doing, all the things. So I'm going to look forward to that report card. I have lots to be proud of, and several things that obviously needed to come to the surface for tending to. So anyway, have a beautiful day. Much love to all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow.